Okay, so here we are in Jeff's workshop yet again on a very hot day. Unusually hot day, Jeff.
Extreme.
And I'm looking at some gearbox there from the Kawasaki outside. I'm also looking at, a clutch pack. Also from the bike outside, which is a GPz1100 Cafe Racer type project. But more interestingly enough, over here we swing round, we're looking at an engine, or half an engine anyway. It's got a crank in, conrods, and this strange thing here where there used to be a gearbox, but now we've got this strange little rod and some spacers. So what's going on? Just explain to our one listener what's going on with...
You mean one listener?
Well, yes, our one viewer, I should say.
Right. Voila, we machine one of them to put in there.
Spacer, yes.
And then I can slide a pointed bar in and out of the two mandrels once the outrigger plates clamped to the cases, and then sort of dot punch them.
So why do you need two, not one?
Well, one's for getting
sprocket.
our
output sprocket,
point for our output sprocket, and one's for the clutch cylinder
push
rod. I mean,
okay.
Like I say, you could be a fraction out if it's a rod on a piston on that, but
you can't.
Okay, while I'm doing it, you might as well.
Absolutely.
What I'm going to do is make an actual one of the plates, which we have here, which is going to be done.
Okay.
That will.
Hang on. Let me just zoom out a wee bit. Go on.
What I'll do with that is get all our datum points on it.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to duplicate it onto anything to save going through all this again.
Yeah. To sort of repeat
so
the whole
I'll keep
process.
on as a pattern.
Yeah. So just to go back a little bit and explain what we're talking about here. You are going to make an outrigger plate, which is this blue thing here, which we've already spoken about briefly.
It will go somewhere like there.
Yeah. And the whole point of it is it will hold the slave for the clutch.
It will support the. There'll be a slave cylinder in here and a bearing support.
Right.
A road motor won't need it, but it might just look. We'll make something up should it need it or not.
Okay, so
it looks fancy.
This is sort of like an idea from drag racing where, if you think about it, the output. Just hold that sec. The output sprocket here for the gearbox. Yeah, you've got a sprocket here that takes the power back to the rear wheel, but it's kind of only supported at one end. It's not supported at this end because it can't be. But if we extend this and put a bearing here on this plate, it's then supported on both ends and makes the whole thing a lot stronger. Not quite required for a road bike, but they look really cool, so that's why you're doing it.
If it sells it.
It sells it, yeah.
Lovely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. There's...
Thanks, Jay.
Is that on the...
Yeah. So there's a little time for us to stop for tea, which is always good news, and so we'll come back and we'll carry on when we've had our tea. Right, so here we are out at the bike again, and these are the new forks, the new legs. If you spin them around a wee bit so we can see what they might look like. They're quite heavy. So these are what? These are
46 mil.
They're off a Kawasaki ZX something.
ZX6RG.
That's an early one. And yeah.
They've just been placed there at the minute.
Yeah, and these yokes you already had. Chunky old things, they've all been machined out beneath as usual. And I think the issue is still these
ground clearance.
Yeah, these are still a bit short.
These are 1.5 inch longer than the 750 ones.
Right.
But there's still a few inches, at least 2.5 inches short.
Okay, so we can see there, if they were like that, it'd be a bit longer.
If they were to the top, yeah, they'd be
okay. So
more or less.
There's a couple of options for that. You could make a step yoke, which is a lot of work, which would sort of have a step in it so that you could get away with that. Or you can make these longer. And I think the latter is what you're going to do.
Is what we're going to do.
Right, so we put it down because it's a bit heavy to hold for more than a minute or two. And what we've got here, what looks like...
It was a bent fork leg, but with...
Bent fork leg, you cut the end off it for some reason.
Just because the top half was knackered.
So this is the bottom of the fork leg.
That's the bottom. What we're going to do...
It lives down there normally. Yeah, go on.
They're the same as what's in there. So what we're going to do...
Hang on, just hold it there.
Is we're going to cut it... maybe just past where the bush goes, maybe an inch past there, and then with these add on the required amount. We're going to machine a slug to go inside, press them together and then just TIG weld them round.
Right, so basically we're extending the bottom of these legs using this old bent leg that's been cut in half. I take it you've got two of them.
We've got two of them, yeah.
Okay, and this little inset here is obviously where the bush is.
Yeah.
the fuzzy.
So basically, about 3.5 inches of these will be going on them.
So we'll cut them off, slug them, i.e. make a spacer between the two.
Yeah.
Build it all together, linish it down, and hopefully that's your legs extended. Yeah. Easy to say, not so easy to do. So we'll come back another day when you're doing that, because right now it's far too hot to do any more. So I'm going to end it there, drink some more tea of course, and we'll come back next week when hopefully it might be cooler. Yeah, and you can carry on your slaving away in your hot workshop. So thanks for watching and cheers.